It's rolling. Okay, so just tell us about yourself first and give us a little introduction.
I'm Diego Vena. Obviously, I'm a porn star. I do porn. Shooting with PeterFever today. Fun. I enjoy shooting with these guys. I live in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 34 years old and very excited for today.
Okay. Give us some pros and cons about, work in general. Like this kind of work.
Pros and cons. Lots of pros. Very few cons. Pros, hey, who don't like to get paid for it? Let me redo that. Who don't like to get fucked and get paid for it, or to fucking get paid to do it? So, lots of pros. You get to travel, meet a lot of new interesting people, a lot of new friends. I don't think there's really any cons to it. Maybe. In my opinion, you can't really have a relationship if in this line of work. But I tend to be found wrong many times for shooting with a couple today. So let's see how it goes.
Have you ever come across about outside of work where you actually might be interested in someone? How do you divide that line?
As far as a co-star?
As far as like having a relationship and doing work.
I've tried it. Everybody loves the idea to have a porn star for a boyfriend. Like all the other guys out there, oh my god, my boyfriend's a porn star. Until you actually have to go do a movie. Then they realize that includes going and fucking with another guy, and they usually don't like that. So that's the only bad part about it. But there are some open-minded guys out there that are okay with it and like it. But very few.
When during on a shoot, what is it in your mind that you're thinking to keep yourself motivated, to keep yourself erect, to act? What is it that you're thinking?
Oh, a lot. Especially in porn, you're thinking the positions and all that to help the director and the camera, because it's all different angles and all that, but yet at the same time you're trying to keep your mind on the goal at hand, which is fucking and making it look good and enjoying it. But yet it's not like being in your bedroom alone. You got other people in the room, you got other things. So you just gotta think to enjoy it, and sometimes if it's not working, you think your most exciting sexual moments to try and get it going. But usually this co-star that you're with, you should be into him. And if you're enjoying him, it's a good scene.
What do you do to, keep up with your physique?
Work out, and eat. A lot of eating. Muscles made in the kitchen, not in the gym. But you have to go to the gym too. So I work out a lot. It's a hobby. If I don't go to the gym, I actually feel kind of. So I go every day. Even if it's supposed to be a day off, I just go and do cardio and play around a little bit, just because it's fun. You gotta work out and you gotta eat to keep it good, otherwise they don't want you no more.
What's the kinkiest thing you've ever done?
Kinkiest. I don't really get too kinky. I was with a guy one time who asked me to fist him. We got into it a little bit. It was probably the most kinkiest thing I've ever done. Besides being tied up. Most people think that'd be pretty vanilla, but for me it was something kinky, because I never did it. Get tied up, and then you lose all ambitions and all control, so you gotta give it over to somebody else that you trust. I think that's probably the kinkiest thing.
What's your favorite position and why?
Favorite position? This one. While somebody's fucking me. Because there's nothing like watching the person's view as they're giving it to you, so you want to see their reaction too. So that's probably the best one, because then you get to see them right on, they see you right on as you're getting it on. There we go.
What do you consider yourself as, verse, top, bottom, verse, top, verse, bottom?
Verse, bottom. But I'm tending to kind of notice that I'm leaning more toward. I'm getting a little more into the top thing now. I fluctuate; it goes up and down. or not up and down. If it was top bottom versus, and who I'm with and what I'm doing. So if I'm with somebody that wants and they're hot and they want me to fuck them, I mean I'm up for it. And the best thing is flip fucking, giving it to each other at the same time.
Do you have any questions?
Any questions? Any questions? You, sir, in the white shirt. I'm joking.
Let's talk more about just like your career in general. Like, what can you tell? You know, what's some misconceptions about like porn stars, gay porn stars in particular, that you know someone in the public would think?
Most misconception, maybe not a misconception, but not everybody. Most people think porn stars are just total sluts and whores and not relationship material because all they think about is sex and all that. Just because our job is sex don't mean that we're always thinking about it. Obviously when we're working we have to think about it, but you know, some of us want relationships and a normal life and all that, but I mean, you just have to separate. You know, I'm not gonna say that when I'm single I'm not a whore, but if I have a boyfriend then I'm settled down. So, but I think everybody's a whore if they, you know, if they're single and all that. I don't think it's just porn stars. So that's my answer on that one. Yeah.
Is that your answer for gay people, straight people, or just people in general?
Just people in general. Everybody always, I think, I don't know. In my opinion, somebody's always got an eye at something. You know, even if you're, let's see how to word this. I don't want to get too deep.
You can get deep as
I know,
deep
right?
as you want. That's a good step.
Yeah, right. No, I forgot the question. Did you forget it?
It was misconceptions.
Yes, misconceptions. But we got past that, didn't we?
I don't know. Good thing I can cut.
It's on straight people, gay people, all that. Yeah. I think everybody's always, you know, we all look. We could be with somebody totally beautiful, and you know, there's other beautiful people out there, people. So I mean, of course, you're always looking and seeing that guy's hot, that girl's hot, this guy's. It's just. So even that is kind of flirting, but it's just a matter if you keep it at that or if you extend it to go further. Into do you pursue it and all that, and that's when it becomes into the horror mode. You know, there's okay to look and this and that and say, but you know the right time to go do it and not to go do it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
What's the difference between making love on set and making love off the cameras?
The cameras aren't there. I don't really. I wouldn't call it making love because. For me, when I'm on set and I'm working, it can be passionate, it can be hot, it can be heated, but it's just somebody you just met most likely. So I don't think you can really be making love. You're just fucking. Because in order to be making love, you have to be in love. And usually you can't fall in love with somebody that you just met 24 hours ago. Or less than that. In some cases. It's like sometimes people ask me, they're like, what is it like doing porn? I'm like, it's like breeding poodles. You take the male poodle, in this case, it's a male poodle and a male poodle, and you put them in the thing and you tell them to fuck. They don't know each other, they've never seen each other, they have nothing an idea with each other, and they're supposed to act it out. So, well, poodles don't have to act it out, they just do it, but but we have to act it out. So, yeah, that's what it's like. It's just, you know, here, fuck. So I can't be really making love, but now you can do a scene with somebody and start to develop feelings and attraction for them. But usually it's somebody that lives in a different city and all that, so don't really go nowhere. But in some cases, I guess it does.
Talk more about that. Developing feelings for someone. Has that ever happened to you? Have you gone through that experience before?
Yeah. Actually, I did a scene with a guy. I did a scene. Well, I had 2 boyfriends that I did scenes with. Separate boyfriends, and then I met a guy that I did a scene with, and we started to communicate over. He lived in California, I lived in Florida. We started communicating. We started dating long distance for about a month, and then we lasted about 3 months. But that was one of those instances where we did a scene together, and we liked each other, and we kept in contact, and it just flowed into that. But he lived there, and I lived here, so it didn't work. But it happens.
All right. I think that ends our interview.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks.